Hello, welcome to my channel, Leah Decodes. You ever notice how the silence hurts more than the truth? How a woman can disappear from your phone, from your day, from your routine, yet somehow she's still the one you feel in the back of your mind at 2 a.m.? Let me tell you something uncomfortable, something most men never hear. A woman's lack of contact doesn't always mean her lack of interest. Sometimes silence is the loudest proof she's thinking about you more than she's willing to admit. And if you've been blaming yourself for her distance, pause right now. The story is not as simple as it looks. Women don't retreat because they're bored. They retreat because they're overwhelmed, because they feel something they didn't expect to feel, because the feelings hit harder than planned. And the safest thing they know is to pull back. What you're experiencing might not be rejection. It might be her attempt to regain emotional control. And I know that sounds backwards, but that's the hidden psychology almost no man ever learns. When a woman feels deeply, she often becomes quiet, not loud. She studies you. She replays your words. She overthinks every signal. She tries to convince herself she doesn't like you as much as she does because liking you means risking pain. So when she stops texting first, when she doesn't check in, when she breaks the pattern you got used to, you think she has moved on, but in reality, she's fighting herself more than she's avoiding you. Her silence is her trying to escape her own vulnerability. She worries she's being too available. She fears doing too much. She wants you, but she wants proof that you want her too, without her having to lose her pride and chase you. That's the paradox of modern female psychology. She thinks about you obsessively, but works hard to make you believe she doesn't. And here's what most men don't realize. Women test with absence, not with words. She wants to know if your interest collapses the moment she stops feeding it. She wants to see if you're consistent when she's not giving you the reaction you expect. She wants to feel chosen, not pursued out of convenience. And while you're sitting there wondering what you did wrong, she's wondering if she mattered enough for you to notice she pulled away. She doesn't reach out because reaching out makes her feel exposed, because she imagines you'll think she's needy, because she has convinced herself that if you wanted her, you would act without her having to initiate anything. Meanwhile, you're interpreting her distance as disinterest, and she's interpreting your confusion as indifference. Two people thinking about each other, both trapped in the fear of making the first move. What's worse is that she misses you in ways she'll never admit. She checks your profile, she rereads old messages, she remembers the tone of your voice, she wonders if you've replaced her. She imagines someone else getting the attention she used to get. But she refuses to reach out because she wants to protect her heart before she protects the connection. And the truth you need to hear is this: just because she's silent doesn't mean you're forgotten. Men assume distance means you've lost her. But in reality, distance often means you've gotten under her skin so deeply that she's trying to regain control. Women don't obsess over men they don't care about. They don't replay conversations unless those words woke up something real. There's a strange truth most men never see. When a woman is thinking about you constantly, she won't always move toward you. She'll often move away from you, not because she wants distance, but because the depth of her emotions scares her more than she'll ever admit. Women aren't afraid of losing a man. They're afraid of losing themselves to a man. And when she realizes her feelings are stronger than she planned, her instinct is to pull back so she can breathe, analyze, and regain her emotional balance. So when she stops reaching out, it's not the end of her feelings. It's the beginning of her battle with them. She replays moments in her head that you've already forgotten. The way you looked at her, the way you said her name, the small compliments that didn't seem like much to you, but echoed through her entire day. Women internalize connection differently. When something feels real, it shakes her. When something feels safe, she fears losing it. When something feels good, she questions whether she even deserves it. And instead of sharing all this with you, she goes quiet. Not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much to behave casually. Her silence is not empty. It's loaded with the things she's too afraid to say. It's full of what ifs, should I's, and maybe he doesn't feel the same. She wonders if she's imagining the chemistry. She asks herself if she's reading too much into your behavior. She fears that if she reaches out, you won't respond the way she hopes. And a woman would rather suffer in silence than risk direct rejection. Pulling away is her shield. Not because you're unworthy of her vulnerability, but because she's terrified of giving it to the wrong man. And here's something you probably haven't noticed. When she thinks about you all the time, she'll start testing herself, not you. She'll ask, do I miss him or do I miss the attention? She'll turn off her notifications. She'll try to distract herself. She'll talk to other people just to see if anyone can pull her mind away from you. But when nothing works, when even the distraction feels empty, that's when she goes silent. That silence is her internal confession. He's in my head and I can't shake him. She's not reaching out because she's trying to regain power over her thoughts, not because you've lost value. What confuses men the most is this. She acts distant, but she becomes more sensitive. She'll notice if you take longer to reply. She'll feel a sting if you don't watch her stories. She'll read into your tone, analyze your words, and wonder if someone else has your attention now. She won't speak, but she'll feel everything. And the moment she senses you pulling back too, her heart tightens. She won't show it, but she'll worry she misplayed her silence. Women don't fear losing a man who never mattered. They fear losing the one man they didn't expect to matter so much. So while you're sitting there thinking she doesn't care, she's wrestling with the possibility that she cared first, and that caring first gives you power she never meant to hand over. Her silence is a maze of fear, desire, confusion, pride, and hope. And if you could see what she thinks when she's quiet, you'd never misinterpret her distance again. Because while you're doubting your worth, she's doubting her courage. And right now, her silence is her way of saying, I feel something real, and I don't know how to handle it. There's something you need to understand about a woman who goes silent, but can't stop thinking about you. Her mind becomes her battlefield. Every thought of you pulls her closer, and every fear she's ever carried pushes her away. She's not avoiding you because she's done with you. She's avoiding you because you affect her more deeply than she expected. And that scares her because the last time she felt this much, it didn't end well. When a woman feels intensely, she doesn't chase. She retreats to protect the parts of herself she hasn't healed yet. You think she's ignoring you, but she's analyzing everything. She's studying your patterns. She's noticing who you interact with. She's comparing your old behavior to your current one, wondering if your change means she misplayed her silence. A woman's distance is an empty space. It's hidden observation. She's watching you from behind a wall she built the moment her feelings became too real to manage comfortably. And here's the twist. The more she watches you, the more attached she becomes, even if she never sends a single message. Men assume silence means indifference, but a woman's silence is emotional overload. When she doesn't message you, it's because her heart is too loud. She wonders if she made herself too available. She thinks about whether you see her the way she sees you. She pictures you with someone else and hates the feeling, but she keeps it buried. She wants you to notice her absence without making you feel pressured. She hopes you feel a little bit of the ache she feels, not because she wants you to suffer, but because she wants proof that she mattered. And here's the truth most men never hear. When a woman is truly done, she becomes emotionally flat. No reaction, no overthinking, no checking your profile, no jealousy, no hesitation. Just a clean, dull, empty exit. Silence from a woman who doesn't care is cold. Silence from a woman who cares too much is warm, shaky, emotional, and heavy. The difference? The woman who cares checks your activity. The woman who cares still remembers your last conversation. The woman who cares still imagines what it would be like if you texted her first. This is the kind of silence she's drowning in. The silence that hurts her too, even while she pretends it doesn't. Inside her head, she's rehearsing conversations with you she never sends. She's typing messages and deleting them. She's saying, if he wanted to talk to me, he would. While secretly hoping she's wrong, she wants you to reach out, not because she can't, but because reaching out would expose how deeply you've gotten inside her. You don't see it, but she's fighting the urge every day. The urge to check on you, to ask how you are, to hear your voice, to feel that connection again. And each time she resists that urge, it feels like a small heartbreak she can't admit. Her silence is not her losing interest. It's her losing control. It's not rejection. It's restraint. She's trying to protect her self-worth, her pride, her emotional safety, and the fragile hope that maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one who closes the gap she's too afraid to close herself. And the most ironic part, she wants you to act not because she's weak, but because she's tired of being the one who feels everything first. Here's the truth men rarely recognize. When a woman is quiet, she's the loudest inside. She's replaying every detail of your connection with a level of emotional sensitivity you might not even realize you activated in her. And the more she tries to ignore you, the more deeply she feels you. Her silence is not distance. It's pressure. It's the weight of feelings she can't comfortably carry, mixed with the fear that if she reaches out and you don't respond the way she hopes, she'll break in, a way she's not sure she can recover from again. She thinks you don't notice her absence. She thinks you've moved on. She thinks your life kept going effortlessly while hers paused every time she wondered whether to message you or not. What she doesn't understand is that her silence confuses you, not because you're weak, but because men value clarity. You want to know where you stand. You want to understand what changed. But she doesn't speak up, not because she has nothing to say, but because she's terrified her truth will make her look vulnerable, needy, or emotional. Women want to be wanted, but they're afraid to show that they want to. This is why she gets distant the moment she feels too attached. Attachment awakens her insecurities. It brings every past disappointment back to life. She wonders if she's being replaced. She wonders if she miscalculated your interest. She wonders if she is enough for you. And then she hates herself for wondering. So instead of asking you directly, she retreats to a quiet place where she can observe you from a safe emotional distance, hoping your actions reveal what your words didn't. What she's not telling you is that your silence hurts her too. Every hour she waits for a message. She tells herself she's stupid for caring. Every time she sees you active online but not talking to her, she feels a tiny sting she'll never admit to anyone. She doesn't show it, but she feels it. And the deeper her emotions are, the more she hides them. A woman's pride is a powerful force. She will suffer silently before she risks being emotionally exposed. But here's the twist. Her withdrawal isn't punishment. It's fear. It's longing mixed with caution. It's desire mixed with doubt. She wants you to take the lead, not because she expects you to chase her endlessly, but because she needs reassurance that she's not the only one feeling something that scares her. Women don't pull away because they want space. They pull away because they want security, and she won't reach out until she feels safe enough to do so. She wants to know if you miss her. She wants to know if she's still in your thoughts. She wants to know if the connection meant to you what it meant to her. But she also wants to protect her heart, because caring before a man cares has hurt her before. So she hides. She waits. She pretends she's unbothered. She tells herself she'll forget you eventually, even though she knows she won't. Not yet. Not while the thought of you still tightens her chest. Her silence is her shield. Her thoughts are where she hides the truth. And the truth is simple. If she felt nothing, she would have walked away effortlessly. But she didn't. She disappeared physically while holding on emotionally because letting go of someone who mattered never happens in an instant. There comes a moment in every man's life when he misreads a woman's silence as the end of the story. He assumes she's fine, she's moved on, she doesn't care. But here's what you never see. A woman rarely detaches all at once. She disconnects slowly, painfully. In stages, she hides from the world, and when she stops reaching out, but still thinks about you constantly, She's living in the tension between wanting you and trying to protect herself from you. That tension is what keeps her awake at night. Even while you sit there trying to understand the shift, she didn't stop reaching out because you lost value. She stopped because the connection gained value too much, too fast, too intensely. Her heart is whispering yes, while her insecurities are screaming no. And instead of confessing that inner battle, she hides behind silence, hoping the distance will give her clarity. But it doesn't. It only makes her miss you more deeply, more privately, more painfully. Women don't stop thinking about the men they pull away from. They just become experts at hiding the emotional storm behind their calm face. She wonders if you ever think about her. She wonders if you ever talk about her. She wonders if you ever scroll up and read old messages the way she does. She wants to know if those moments meant something to you, something real enough that you still feel the echo of it when she disappears. Because she does. Her silence is full of longing, full of doubt, full of unspoken hope that you'll prove she wasn't the only one who felt that spark. What she doesn't understand is that her silence affects you too. You question your worth. You question what you did wrong. You question whether opening up was a mistake. And in this confusion, you both fall into the same trap. Two people afraid to show they care first. Two people waiting for the other to be brave. Two people thinking about each other more than they'll ever admit out loud. Her silence isn't rejection. It's fear wrapped in pride. It's love wrapped in caution. It's emotion wrapped in self-preservation. If she truly didn't care, the detachment would be effortless. But it isn't. She thinks about you when she wakes up. She thinks about you while pretending she's busy. She thinks about you whenever she hears a song that reminds her of you. She even imagines conversations that never happened. The conversation she wishes she had the courage to start, and yet she stays silent, believing that if you wanted her, you'd somehow know without her saying a word. But here's the truth she doesn't see. Connection requires courage from both sides. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's the only language intimacy truly understands. And sometimes the only thing that separates two people who belong in each other's lives is the fear that the other doesn't feel the same. She's not reaching out, but she's still thinking about you. She's still wondering. She's still hoping. And deep down, she wishes you knew how hard she's fighting the urge to break the silence. So now the question becomes yours to answer. Not to her, but to yourself. If you knew she still thought about you every day, would you wait in silence or would you act? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me honestly. And before you scroll, like the video, subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it.